Hey everyone, Temporal here, and here we have another Silver Diva review. Two of these in a row. If you didn't see the first one, it is there on the channel. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all that good stuff.
Across the board. I'm ready for action.
Let's see what we can do. Okay, we're starting on the high ground. I like it. Struggled a lot with Echo on this one. Okay. So you can think about eating her stickies, which means tracking her sticky cooldown. So here you are. Microing the shield, fine. And then stickies are coming. And it's kind of normal after she uses flight like that. See how she just took elevation? I'll show you. She's doing this. She just used flight, and immediately after using flight, she goes into her stickies. And that's a pretty normal combo from Echoes, because that's when they're going to have the most height, and height is an angle. And the bigger your angle, effectively the more damage you do. The more extreme it is against the opponents, the harder it is for the opponents to deal with. So after a flight is after she first goes into flight rather, is a pretty common time for her to use stickies like this. So I'd recommend you look for it when she goes into this flight. As she goes further here, now she's less likely to. Even if she was in line of sight, she's a little less likely to be stickying here. So that's something you want to think about. Yes, stickies have a obnoxiously short cooldown, but that is something to help you figure out when they're going to be coming out. And you're more interested in going, hey, let's eat the stickies, than you are in her regular shots. Regular shots can make sense to eat, but you generally eat the regular shot that like immediately follows or precedes the stickies. You're not going to eat all of the regular shots. This seems to be a popular map today. Fair enough. This is the Overwatch map I would most like to visit in real life. Okay. If I feel like a lot of pain, maybe I'll go through the 600 plus temporal reviews and log what the map reviews happening on. You could do that. So we don't just want this generic DM that you're doing. You're just like splashing out generic DMs that don't really feel like they're meant for anything. So again, I want your DMs to be in a, well, let's think about what we're going to eat. And likely things to deal with on this comp, there's a lot of them, so you have to limit it just because like you aren't going to be able to handle everything at once. So stickies are something we could cover. Ana abilities, sleep or nade or both are something we could cover. Halt is pretty darn important. Storm Arrow is pretty darn important, and reacting to hog hooking somebody and then throwing DM over them can be pretty important. This is too many things for you to think about, especially as you're learning. So what you're going to do, or at least as you're learning, it's too many things. As you get better, you'd think about all of them, but you'd properly prioritize. So since we've already said stickies are actually not the most important, but we've already said stickies, we could make stickies one thing that you'd be working on in this match, and then something like halt might be the second thing. And if you went for 3, it would probably be, hey, we're going to try to react with boosters and DM when someone's get hooked, but that's a little bit much in terms of the number of things. So like pick 2 things and be like, these are what I'm going to try to focus on dealing with, eating, etc. That's how we want to think about this, just to get better. We don't want to just be going like generic DM, generic DM, generic DM. What happened with 1080p? It's a good question, Gamebuster. It's a good question.
Time to raise my 8 p.m. Bailing out.
It's the same player. They wanted 2 reviews. I'm not going to stop the parody.
Time to raise my 8 p.m. 8 p.m.
Okay. So these are the stickies. We'd have potentially eaten those, but we didn't really take damage. Thank you, Blah. Thank you for giving me cover. I'll give it some thought, Gamebuster, but like there are higher things on my priority than getting it back to 1080p right now, unfortunately. That's on my list though.
Time to raise
If
my
it's doable.
APM.
Okay, so she's in your face. You can DM her. That's fine, but you just took too much damage here. You actually let her get you with the stickies, so that's a problem. And you knew her sticky typing because you saw her previous stickies come out. So, oh well.
Bailing out.
Like Patreon. Yes, Blah, that is on the list, and on the list above, wrestling with it to see if we can get 1080 back, but it's actually not the top thing on the list right now. I have some Northeastern stuff I have to deal with, among other things. Okay, we're both going out, no problem. So why are you holding DM here? So you're leaving because you're thinking, hey, this is a lost fight, and I'm good with that. And if you want to DM for a moment here, I'm fine with that. But I'm then going to tuck left, so I'm going to get out of line of sight. I'm not looking to just like wall. I'm looking to use DM as a temporary measure until I can get a better defensive measure, which is hard cover. DM is not some like, oh, let me just permanently wall with this ability. That's not what it's for. No. Leave. And when you're ready, you and your team can push back in. But don't keep this angle open. Like, you are not better than her at this range. Like, you're fighting Echo at this range. Echo's fighting back at this range. Don't kid yourself. Echo does way more damage than you at this range. We don't want to fight her. We want to close the angle on her. We want to keep a physical object between us and her until we're ready to go in and actually take this fight as a team. Different people are different, guys. If this player wants 2 reviews because they want a bigger sample, they want more examples of, you know, the things that we're talking about, that's perfectly fine. Just like different people are going to take different amounts of different number of games to sort of implement stuff into their gameplay to make it part of their autopilot, different people are going to need different numbers of examples before they can do things. So that's fine.
Time to raise my APM.
The palm tree is not going to make a very good wall. Your hero model's a little too big.
Thanks.
You were actually better off over here for the reasons that we've talked about before. We like having the off angle. We do like that. You could even work your way up here. You could U-turn and shove Echo into here, but that's a little less likely to work.
My ultimate is charging.
That's fine. What are you doing? So here you are. You look like you're trying to take a ranged fight with these guys, which I don't really understand. They've got Zen, they've got Orisa, they've got Echo. We don't want a ranged fight with these guys. We want to get on top of them and fight them at short range. We have ourselves a Diva and a Reinhardt. They have an Orisa, a Zen, a Hanzo, an Echo, like a Roadhog. I'm going to fight this team at close range, but I'm going to fight them at close range when my team is ready to push them. Or when they're about to cap, which they're not quite yet. They're close, but they're not quite yet. And we'd like to come from a different angle. Here we go. Back to this. This is way in the open. Way in the open. Where's your cup? Better. Generally would have crosshair placed onto that, you know, to that direction as you open the angle. Do you hear the hog? Do you hear the Pharaoh? Oh, it's your Pharaoh, right. Good. You're thinking about crosshair placement a little more now. Well, a little. Hog, adapt. Hog is a free mech. Okay, fine. You have your mech. So that's something you react to. This is something that generally you're going to be watching for specifically, and you hear that hook come out. You have kept your boosters off cooldown specifically for that hook. You've kept your DM off of cooldown, or you have DM available. You booster in and DM over this immediately to effectively cancel the hook. That's what you'd look to do. And you win this fight if that happens, because look at how much you're winning this fight by currently, but Hog's about to get one back. And we can absolutely stop that right now.
I'm back in the fight.
But we didn't. And now it's a little more what's going to happen. I was thinking of submitting a quick play code where I'm backfill for 10 seconds and ask what I could have done to help win that match. If you're going to do that kind of stuff, please notify me in advance because you want to see Temporal's response. I'll give him 5 codes and they will all be short time backfill. We don't have enough time to look at 5 games in an hour. Oh, but we will. Ouch, ouch. Do it in the morning so you can watch it live. Nice. Temporal, this is ridiculous. What you're saying is simply wrong. What am I saying that's wrong? Reacting to hog hooks? Time to leave. You got your hog elimination. You don't want to be here anymore. Okay, so you actually want to create. You've done this a couple times now where you've sort of gone like straight out, and that keeps the sight line open. And we don't like that because it means they can shoot us for longer. We actually want to break up the sight line on them like immediately. So this booster is fine, but immediately like turn like this, and then maybe go out here and turn again to get like stuff, to get obstruction, physical obstruction that they can't shoot through between you and them. If we look at this from their team's perspective, you took down Hanzo. Great. Time to leave. And you go out like that. And the Echo, if she wanted, the Anna, the Hog, if you wanted, could have all seen you as you were flying out while you were discorded like this. Would have been so easy to break that up with a left turn here and then through like this. And then you can even then re-threaten from this direction, which gives you more angle power. What you said is wrong and I'm upset. I might even start sweating from frustration at how wrong this is. Okay. Can you super chat a negative amount of money? No. Yeah, let's test that. Let's test that if super chatting a large enough amount of money overflows into negative. We should totally test that, guys. Someone should super chat a super large amount of money. Yeah, try super chatting more than 32,767. Yeah, exactly. Okay. The Hog. Good. Okay, you can beat him. You cannot let him get that Mega. Now this is dicey. Anna. Okay, fine. The discorded Anna was very attractive, but sure, we'll do that. I can live with that. You were addressing the off angle. You just didn't maneuver properly to deny him the Mega. That would have been a perfectly fine you beat Roadhog, which then means your team isn't threatened in that direction, which is an appropriate use of D.Va. Too bad he has none. If he did, he'd have a heater and RGB headset. Okay.
Get through this. Routing tower forward barrier.
How could you have denied him the health pack? Oh, that? Sure, no problem. Here you are. So you're going for this, and there's a couple ways you can deny it to him. One is you can finish him faster. You absolutely could have finished him faster. The second is we can boop him more from this side. We know that there's a health pack here, so we know that he's likely running to try to get the health pack right now. He doesn't have a ton of health. He is doing take a breather, but he's taking a bunch of damage from us on this, so we just are going to beat him there. We're using booster. Yes, we're going to boop him a little with our booster, but we're going to try to have him go a little more this way as opposed to sending him right at it. So we look at this, and you kind of went right at him, but even going right at him, you still had plenty of time. You've already booped him. You won't get second boop credit. You have plenty of time to go left and touch this yourself. Like, yes, maybe he's still going to get it. You haven't taken any damage, and that's a little bit of a problem, okay? Maybe you won't be able to do it, but you can potentially put your body in the way so that it's hard for him to get. And if he messes up at all and shoots you, you'll instantly pick up the health pack. So, like, we could have tried to boop him further away from it. You getting healed here is actually kind of annoying. We can see that you got healed to full, but that's life. Yeah. Back in 2011, I told Temporal to put all of his money into Bitcoin, but he said he was interested in two other coins, Scarf Coin and Temporal Coin. They failed, and I became a trillionaire. What are you talking about? Scarf Coin is doing fantastic. Scarf Coin is the best coin. Yeah, no, okay.
Diva re-engage.
Group up with me.
Ready for transcendence.
Taking off.
Good, we have high ground. We don't really want to fight him here, though. So, like, conceptually, we like having high ground, don't get me wrong. But in no way am I interested in a poke fight with Hanzo. He's a good poke hero. We're an okay poke hero. Our range damage kind of sucks, especially if we're not using micro missiles. So, no.
Get through this. Routing tower forward barrier.
So this is a thing. I don't know what our Reinhardt is doing. This is just kind of a mess. I don't like this. Like, the other team has you completely surrounded. This is... and it's even tough to figure out which you should address. So the other team is like threatening from here, and threatening from here. Your job is to deal with one of these angles or to pull back in such a way that their angles shrink. Like if you pull back a little, they're going to come in like this, and that shrinks their angles. And then you can easily deal with this off angle over here. But your job as Diva usually is to solve one of the off angle problems like Hanzo. And if you chose to go solve the Hanzo problem, Fair would probably help you, and you could go, hey, I'm going to challenge Hanzo from up here. And if I don't like how the fight's going, I'll go get the mini type thing. Like that's reasonable. Looks like our Reinhardt's going after Zen, which is weird. I would have preferred Reinhardt answer this direction, but this is sort of how you think about this. And no, you're not actually going to go solve the Hanzo problem when you're at half health.
Time to raise my DVA.
This boost, though, should not have been a boost right back. It should have been a boost back to your healers that you turns up into a boost up here, potentially. And if you then don't like it up there, you can drop and nothing was lost. Good eat.
Get through this.
On your next boost, you're going to knock Hog out. Boop him right off. Okay. Okay, didn't get the hook off, fine. Again, very little reason you couldn't boost yourself up to here to protect yourself and your team better, but that's okay. Got to break out of the encirclement. Okay. Yeah, this was a confusing fight. Solve the hog. Solve the hog. No, don't dive their backline. There wasn't a big enough opening. still allergic to high ground. I don't think this player would do anything from the previous review. I think both of these games were played, you know, before the first review happened, believe it or not. But you know that.
이건 사기야.
Systems at max.
You absolutely dived that, Zen. No, 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 no. Zen's right there, isolated. Instantly, we're going to micro missile and boost. And if we were fast enough about it, we potentially could have kept Zen in here, which would have just been free with our boosters.
Damn it.
It's fine. Not a big deal. You absolutely had time to dodge that with boosters. High ground, good. Why are we dropping?
Thank you.
That hog is not hitting very many hooks.
APM 좀 옮겨볼까?
Again, if you'd stayed on this high ground, you can still get healed up here, no problem. You have cover against the enemy team, and you can walk out over here and threaten them from behind as they push in, type thing, which we like a lot, as opposed to this. Or if your Winston leaps in like he did, you can go, oh, I'll use boosters too, and I'll leap in to support him as a dive.
Damn it.
Nope, leave, leave. Your team isn't threatening this hard enough. This team is backed up too far. But, like, you took too much damage before leaving. You wanted to leave to here where your team could support you type thing.
Time to raise my APM.
Oh, no. Cart. Okay. Yeah, you wanted to hide behind the cart for that self-destruct.
This will protect us.
Please get some cover. Please get some cover. You were doing this to the other one too. So, like, you actually don't want to be shooting from, like, here. You could be shooting from here. See how Lucio is like, hey, I have a wall that I can use as cover? You want to be always thinking like that. Like, I have a wall that I can use as cover. So as D.Va, sometimes we use high ground as our wall, which works because we can turn high ground into cover. But we want to have something. We can be, you know, doing baby D.Va blaster pistol from here thing, and if we start to take damage or if someone starts to aim at us, we can close the angle and then just wait a second, 2 seconds, and peeking in and start shooting. If we're here just dancing in the open, there's nothing we can do if we start taking damage other than just be like, please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. Counting on the opponents to miss shots is not good. We want to have more control over our fate than that. Right, it is a projectile with no fall-off damage. So not in the middle here, but instead over here. You can still hit all the same stuff, but you have a cover option. Not exactly, Adam. And I didn't really use the word fate in a way that suggested I did. I said, don't leave your fate in the... No.
Suiting up. Game on. Mounting towers forward barrier.
Victory is our destiny.
let's see how the second round goes. We definitely see probably a little bit better use of high ground in this match than you had in the previous match, but there's still lots of room for improvement, and you don't really know what to do with it, how to use it to break pressure on the opponents, or how to break pressure on your team, how to break the opponent's chokes. Holds, yes, you were the defending team, but how to break their positioning. That's the word I'm looking for. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. We obviously see, hey, there's problems with the cover here. You weren't addressing Hog's hooks, but Hog wasn't hitting any hooks, so fair. I do see what you meant about the Echo giving you some trouble, but it wasn't end of the world levels of trouble. And we definitely need you to think more about cover when you're Baby Diva. Like, I don't know. You're not, like, running at them, like, full one-track mind, get mech as fast as humanly possible. You're not doing that, but you are playing super in the open, which is not appropriate. And that's a transferable skill to other heroes in Overwatch 2. So it's not just some, like, oh, well, maybe I'll do this so I can get mechs faster, or so I'm safer getting mechs. No, that's how you play the game.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Escort.
Get through this.
This is the sort of maneuver you do. So this is causing fire to go over here towards you guys, which makes it easier for your team to push the cart. We like this. Angle, almost good. DM use is kind of generic. DM use was super late there. You can't DM them after they're there. Okay. So. Here you are. Kind of generic. Don't really love this. You don't really need to DM. You especially don't need to DM down a quarter DM there. You're DMing a wall. This is not helping. You just wasted DM. I would have liked you to actually go over here and shoot from here. That would have been preferable. Now you're shooting. The barrier's destroyed. You decide that you want to break the turret. Fine. Swing over. Not sure what you're DMing. Not sure what you're DMing. You're just kind of spending DM for nothing. Oh, there's an Echo on an angle. That's the sort of problem that we're good at solving as Diva. Let's go push her with Shift. I like it. She got you with stickies. I don't like that. Part of the issue is that you didn't have much DM left. You do now use what's left of your DM, but it's after she's hit you with the stickies. So that doesn't really help. And then you hold it longer than you have to. She's using flight. She's diving right at you. What's she going to do? Well, she can't focusing beam you yet because you're not below half health. So it's incredibly likely that you're going to get stickies. Now, you can't do anything about it. Oh, she woke you up. Hard DM. Hard DM. Hard DM.
Time to raise my APM.
No, she left clicks. Okay, so now you just have to leave. You use boosters and leave because you can't beat her. She's full health. She's doing quadruple damage to you. It's silly. Like, leave.
We must work together. Move the payload.
Lock on my target.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. You can beat her here, though. You can. You just need a better opening.
Time to be young to die.
Destiny, it's my destiny to overthrow Temporal and claim my rightful throne as the ruler of this channel and Discord. No, it is not. So again, we don't really want to just shoot into this Reinhardt shield. We especially don't want to do that once our Winston is in. We want to figure out where can we do. Our Winston is staged aggressively. Our Winston is doing something serious. So can we boost her up over to here and shoot this bat from above and have a little bit of height to us so that if Echo goes up, we're still a little closer for fall off for spread reasons to pressuring her? Why, yes, we could. Could we instead go, no, we're going to go block out and pressure out Anna while our Winston tries to get an elimination here? We could. That would be legitimate. legit. I'd prefer we work together on this BAP, but that could be a thing that we could do. We could even go up here and say, hey, I'm going to pressure from here. This would be the most passive of our options, but it is a little better than staying here, and certainly it's better than shooting at the Reinhardt. On top of the newsstand, please. Take a booth, whatever. No. No, this is... We do not want to body block the BAP. That's not our plan. Our plan is to go here and shoot the BAP. I don't think you know this BAP is here. Oh, look at what we can do from up here. But it's okay. You don't have to go up. You have beat for now. Shoot the BAP. Shoot the BAP. This you do want to react to. You can't, but you generally try. No, you actually probably could reach that. You're going to throw your DM on top there, on top of them, to try to stop your Pharah from getting eliminated. That's going to be a hard shot for Hog to hit because it's the, hey, hooked them up, and can he get enough headshots on it? But you did want to DM over that. Just anytime you hear that hook connect, you want to try to DM it.
Shoot down. Time to reach my APM.
I'm overloading! My turret!
Okay. This angle isn't actually amazing, but I can live with it. Yeah, your Winston is the better idea. As does your Pharah. Go, go, go! You needed to be a part of this. You're late. Your team was setting up a dive. Your Winston's gonna dive. Your Pharah can potentially come in. If you'd staged better, gone up this way, you could have dove with them. Even from here, you could do it, though you'd be late, of going, hey, I'm gonna dive as best I can. Maybe you only get up to here and you micro-missile from here. But 3-person dive can eliminate them pretty quickly. Could have. Fair chose different targets. Hog got Winston. Not great.
Defense matrix activated.
What are you DMing? What are you DMing? You can't just, like, flick DM on and off randomly. What is this DM for? Is this based on someone's specific rate of fire, or is this like the next Echo Shot is going to come out right now? What's this? Is this that the like next... Hog's certainly not shooting right now. He's taking a breather. This isn't covering... Like, you're just randomly DMing, like going like, this will prolong my life. No, we are DMing 4 things. 4 specific things.
I'm just getting warmed up. Routing power forward barrier.
You've been more willing to use micro missile this match than the last match. High bank cart. Broke the lamp, took a bit, but we got there. You hear the Reinhardt? Okay. Sure. Zen's got the idea. Oh no, no. So Zen's already drawn fire to his position, so you don't really want to peek as he's leaving, because what's going to happen here is he's leaving, they're already shooting at him, and you just walked it, like he's already trying to... I mean, that just hurts because you walked into stickies. Ugh. Oh, but even so, you don't really want to walk into the thing that, when you're a super squishy hero, not even 200 HP, that's already taking fire. You want to wait for something else to attract attention before you open the angle, like this. Or you want to open a fresh angle, which you didn't really have the option to do. So wait until something attracts attention to a different angle than the one you're on when you're this. Yeah. Yeah. Hurts a little.
I'm not a good loser. Get through this.
Cool.
Time to raise my DVA.
Little late, but right idea.
Setting out the welcome mat.
Careful, you don't want to be able to, you do want to be able to protect your Winston with your DM here.
Defense matrix activated.
Oh, that echo. Okay. Can we address that? I don't really like that you're leave. DM up. So what you're looking to do when this window goes up is you're looking to just immediately spend all of your DM to cover your team getting behind cover. You're spending all of the DM that you have to buy your team time to get behind objects that will break line of sight against this window. And before your DM runs out, or as your DM is running out, you're going to close your own angle behind a piece of cover too. Because this is doubling the opposing team's damage. We do not want to fight them through this. We don't. And when these sorts of things happen, windows, high noons, visors, superchargers, this is a pretty common maneuver. We spend all of our remaining DM to buy our team time, blossoms to buy our team time to solve the problem. Maybe to stun, maybe to get behind cover, maybe to eliminate it, but we make sure that when our DM ends, we have some level of safety, if it's doable. That might not be an option against Blossom, for example. So DM,
Come on.
and then bind cover, like that. Yeah, you were late to start, but right idea at the end there.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Fire. Justice.
Setting out.
Sure.
Nerf this.
No.
Setting out the welcome mat.
You have half a DM, you have boosters. You don't need... Like, I get that you want to push the cart, but you can actually push the cart from in front of the cart. This is your Torb, so it won't hurt you. Walk forward and DM over this Reaper. Don't let him contribute. Don't spend your self-destruct here. What if they have respawns that get it?
Nerf this.
What if Reaper is Wraith? He doesn't, but, like, still. Okay, you got him. Cool. So your micro missiles were less of a problem there, but a much bigger problem was your allergy to cover in general. Which is true for both you and, like, we saw more of your allergy to cover as regular D.Va in the first match in Blizzard World. We saw more of your allergy to cover as Baby D.Va on both maps, but even more so on this map. So, like, that's still going to be huge. You play around cover in this game. Even Reinhardt plays around cover, but D.Va definitely plays around cover. She's happy to go, I'm shooting from the side. Oh, the opponents can shoot at me from there? I don't like it. Let me close the angle. And now if the opponents try to push in, I get to shoot them from the side. And if they were trying to shoot at my team, they have to turn now to shoot at me type thing. So we play with cover. And we use cover when the team's poke is too good to get close to them until we're ready, and then we dive them with boosters potentially if we're, going against a poke-heavy team, Orissas, things like that. We do not just, like, take ranged fights with Hanzos, ranged fights with soldiers, ranged fights with Echo. Little more ability to take a ranged fight with an Echo or a Pharah if you have something resembling high ground and, perhaps you have support and they don't. But as a general, we're not looking to take ranged fights at range with these range heroes. We're looking to use cover to protect ourselves until we can get close or until they're forced to get close by the nature of the map, by the nature of objective-based gameplay. So we're still thinking hard about cover, and angles, and those are really, really helping us. But especially as Baby Diva, it's like extra, extra important because you have zero room to mess up, that you have cover that you cannot bind, that you have cover that you cannot bind, that you're not just dancing, running around like wild, shooting stuff like that. That's key, that you understand that and that you do that properly for this. And then your DM here, Echo's a hard one. You do not have to start with Echo as the person that you solve as Diva. You are not expected to solve Echoes as well as you solve Pharaohs for your team. And eating stickies is both one of the more challenging things to eat compared to some of the other things on this list, and also not super super high value. So it's like hard work and it's not the best thing. So like I addressed it pretty heavily because you told me Echo was giving you trouble and I can see that, but not the most important thing for you to eat. More important for you to solve Reaper. More important for you to answer hooks. So he was struggling to eat hooks. Much easier to eat fire strikes, that sort of thing. So I still really do want you working on this DM thing, and I taught you how to handle echoes, but it's probably easier for you to start with things. I would not make Echo the top of your list necessarily. I'd be like, oh, there's a Reaper. I want to engage Reaper. Not when Reaper's engaging me necessarily. I don't want Reaper to engage me. I want to jump on Reaper whenever Reaper tries to engage anyone else, because that means I can DM the Reaper while someone else, who he was trying to fight, is going to fight him, but he can't heal himself. He can't do his stupid amounts of damage, etc. Or, hey, hog hook someone, show up with your boosters, hold boosters off cooldown until he does hook, and just never let him get value. Go up, I'm going to show up, I'm going to booster at you and DM, never let you get value type thing. That's what we're looking to do. But the most important thing really is going to be this cover, but especially using these high ground off angles to do work. I hope these extra examples helped. We have a $5 super chat coming in from Sheldon Krieger saying, howdy. When you're done, wondering if you could go through a list of attack ults Diva cannot matrix. Thanks. Yeah, let me probably not gonna do the complete list, but I can do that at the end of this sort of thing. Sure. So yeah, you're looking for these angles. You're specifically looking at how to use the high ground. If you're in a situation, you're looking to solve the off angle threat. If your opponents are threatening from here and here and here, you're going to solve one of those, or you're going to back up, and then as they sort of narrow and these two become one angle and this, then you go solve the off angle. But that's what we're looking to do. I really do hope that makes sense to you here. If you have questions, certainly do let me know. Some of this is going to be a repeat of the last one, but that's what we expect. There's still your biggest issues. You haven't made changes. You haven't adjusted your gameplay. So they should have mostly been more examples, unless you just played wildly differently between the two games. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that does help out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. If you would like to participate in the pugs that we are doing tomorrow at 1 Pacific, so we'd be doing them right now tomorrow, you can join my Discord in the description below, and then you can see that, you can be here. The Discord is where we're going to host them. They're going to be fun. You should all come along, either to play or at least to check it out. Okay, they definitely helped. It makes sense. I'll get to work on implementing these things. Fantastic, Elston. Happy to hear it. Okay, so things that Diva can't eat. Let me just... I'm going to need a hero list to do this, because I could probably do it from memory, but... And do I have time for a complete list? Probably just barely. Okay. So what we're going to do here in terms of things that Diva can't eat, I'll just go through the heroes. If we start with the tanks, Diva cannot eat defense matrix, but Diva can eat Diva's left click and micro missiles. Diva can eat Orissa's left click and halt. Diva can eat only Reinhardt's fire strike. So Diva cannot eat anyone's melee attack. Diva cannot eat hammer swings. Diva cannot eat shatter. Diva cannot eat supercharger, though she can eat the things charged up by it. Diva cannot eat Hog's hook, but she can eat the follow-up left click that comes after hook. She can also eat right clicks. She can also eat whole hog. She can eat Sigma's left click, but she cannot eat rock, nor can she eat Sigma's defensive. She can't eat anything that Winston does. Everything that Winston does. Left click, landing damage from jump pack, primal hits, melee attacks, bubble, can't eat any of those. Can eat Hammond's primary fire. Cannot eat any of Hammond's other abilities. Tether roll throughs, pile drives, minefield. Can't eat any of that. Can eat Zarya's right click and grab. Cannot eat Zarya's left click. Can eat everything from Anna's except Nano. Can eat sleep dart. Can eat nade. Can eat left click. Can eat TNT before it's touched the ground. Can eat left clicks. Cannot eat TNT after it's touched the ground. Cannot eat Bob, the ult, but can eat the shots that come out of Bob. Can block what comes through window frequently. Cannot block window itself. Can stop Bap's left click. Cannot eat lamp. Cannot eat regenerative burst in any way. Can't eat bastard shot. Can't eat tank shots. Can, not stop the ult and can't be no, eat the ult and remove the hero or anything, but can eat the shots from either Bastion or Bastion's ults. Cannot stop Bastion from regenerating using his other ability. Can't eat anything from Brig. Can't eat rally. Can't eat left click. Can't eat whip shots. Can't eat bash. No. Can only eat Doom's left clicks. Cannot eat Doom's punch, right click, slam, punch. Cannot eat Doom's punch, slam, uppercut, or ult. Or in any way remove the shields other than damage that he gets from hitting those abilities. Can eat Echo's stickies and left clicks. Cannot eat focusing beam. Cannot cancel Echo's ult other than by doing damage to it. Can eat some of the things that come from Echo's ult, but that's because Echo takes on the properties of these other characters that we're covering. Cannot eat Dragon Blade, can eat Genji's shurikens, cannot eat dash, can eat stuff that gets deflected, but can't cancel deflect. Can eat Dragon Strike before it turns into a dragon, cannot eat Dragon Strike after it turns into a dragon, can eat left clicks and Stormbow. Can eat mines, cannot eat traps, at least not when they're on the ground. Yeah, can't eat tires either, though does a very good job as a hero of dealing with tires. Yeah, so it's left click and mines that get eaten from Junkrat. Not going to be eating the traps, not going to be eating tires. Can eat Lucio's left click, cannot cancel Lucio's boop with her DM. Doesn't block sound barrier from applying with DM the way that a Winston bubble or a Rhine barrier does. Doesn't eat boop. Can't eat flash, can't eat left click, can't eat right click because those are both just bullets. Can't eat roll in any way, but yeah. Cannot deal with May's primary fire, the freeze beam. Can eat the icicles, so the right click. Can also eat May's ult before it touches the ground and does its, icy blizzard thing. Once it's touched the ground, it's active. And that's, the same as grab. Once it's active, can't eat it. Obviously can't eat Mercy's beams, can't cancel Valk other than eliminating Mercy, can eat the shots from Mercy's pistol, cannot eat Moira's right click, cannot eat Moira's left click either, can eat orbs from Moira, as cannot eat coalescence, yeah, just eats Moira's orbs. Can deal with everything can deal with concussive shots by eating it, can deal with rockets, can deal with missile barrage, can't really cancel Pharah's shift other than booping her, I suppose, but yeah. Can deal with both left click and blossom, obviously can't eat shadow step or wraith, that's not how those abilities work. Can eat soldiers left click and helix rocket both, as well as visor, though won't have enough DM to eat an entire duration of visor. Can't eat the healing station or anything. Can eat Sombra's left click, cannot eat EMP, cannot block hacks with DM, anything like that. Symmetra's left click will go through DM. Symmetra's orbs, her right click, will not go through DM. DM does not cut holes in Symmetra's wall, as awesome as that would be. Torb. Can't eat lava on the ground, can't eat the left clicks, can't eat the right clicks. You obviously can't eat overload. You can eat pulse bomb, you can eat tracer's left click, you can't eat blanks or recall in any way. Uh, I don't I don't remember if you can eat Widow's Mine. You should be able to. Like, you probably should be able to eat it as it's going through the air, but I'm not actually sure that you can. I don't know. Huh. Huh. Yeah, I don't know on that one. You can't eat it once it's set, that's for sure. You can't eat Widow's left clicks, whether they're SMG or scoped mode. Obviously, you can't reactively eat them because they're hit scan, but if you're DMing over where they want to go, they will be eaten. Or DMing over her, or DMing over the target that she's trying to hit. And then Zen is you can eat the left clicks, you can eat the right clicks. Those are effectively the same thing. You can't in any way eat his Harmony or Discord Orb or prevent them from applying. Same thing with Transcendence. You can't really do anything about it. I think that's a complete list, guys. Okay. D.Va cannot defense matrix beams, bongos, or boulders. That is true. That is true. Name a more iconic duo. Lower ranked D.Va VODs and temporal emphasizing high ground angles. The Rock is a projected melee just like Whipshot and Hook. It's obvious. You can tell by the chain connecting it to Sigma's. Oh, wait. Yeah, I know. Rock is a little weird that she can't eat it, but she can't. Can also eat Junkrats. Yes, yes. His passive of when he gets eliminated, he drops nades. You can't eat those. Does DM last long enough to eat an entire Blossom if fully charged? No. Thanks again. This was super helpful. No problem. No problem. Usually, if you DM Micro Missile and ulting Reaper, he doesn't live to 3 seconds. Right. D.Va's helping other people solve problems. She's solving it long enough for her team to get to cover, to stun, to eliminate, etc. Okay. That's going to have to be the end of this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Temporal out.